So here are my seven foolproof ways to be inefficient and have fun with it, and just see if one of them, or maybe more. I score 7 out of 7 in this one. So let's go to number 1. Number 1 is tightness. Tightness for me means just stopping of movement. Whenever you notice you're getting tight, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, or in social relationships, chances are you're getting inefficient, because we just lock into the tightness. Okay, so do you want to be inefficient? Just tighten up, it's pretty easy. Number 2 is unintentional mindlessness. I created this word, unintentional mindlessness, which means simply, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't have a plan. Okay, whenever you're in a state of, I just do what I do and I do it like always and just let's get through this session, chances are you're on the road to inefficiency. Number 3 is personally my favorite way, and I call it the Lonesome Fighter. I didn't know the female word for fighter, so women, you're in this too, okay? So when I'm in the state of being the Lonesome Fighter, I think that I have to generate all the energy towards my goal out of myself, and that makes me ignorant for looking for support. I'm just in my own bubble, thinking I have to do everything alone. But asking for support, or just even considering, okay, if there was something to help me out, what would it be? I just don't even come to the point to ask that question, because I'm in the fight mode. Number 4 is poor communication. And communication includes as well communication with my own body, with my own self, with my own ideas, communication with the boat, with the environment, and communication with coach, teammates, family, whatever, okay? So you might say, well, I'm communicating quite clearly, but for me, number 1 in communication is, if you want to be inefficient, if you want to get into trouble, stop listening. Stop listening to yourself, stop listening to the sensory information your physical appearance is sending you. Stop listening to pain, stop listening to your teammates, just think about stuff but don't feel what's going on in the boat, and you're on the track to inefficiency. And then step 2 is to say, okay, and how do I communicate? So any kind of demeaning stuff, any kind of shouting, any kind of fighting with yourself won't bring you on a good track. Number 5 is Plateau Comfort. You all know that we develop in spirals, and that at certain points we receive a plateau where we maybe feel that we are not developing that we're not succeeding anywhere, and that we're not changing for the better. This can be really frustrating times. The best thing to then be inefficient is make yourself comfortable there, okay? Just stay there, know that nothing's going on and that you're not good enough, and well, it's nice, I train like I usually train, I do what I do always, so I make myself on this plateau comfortable and at home, and I stop learning, I stop discovering new things, and so I really make sure that I stay where I am. Wonderful way to not improve. Number 6 is a tough one, and in my teaching, and I want to know this I want you to know this at the very beginning. In my teaching, this point number 6 is probably the most important, and I feel like it's the most powerful we have. And it's the least obvious, because we get extremely inefficient and off track if we think we're not human, if we forget that we're human beings with everything that relates to that. So when I hear someone, "Well, you're such a machine," I'm like, oh my God, let's just start being humans. And if you really want to be inefficient, just stop playing, stop messing around, stop resting, stop breathing, stop celebrating what you achieved, and just whenever something's going right, you're just saying, okay, that was good, but I can do better, I can do better, I can do better. There's never a point where you say, yes, right, this was an improvement. Very good way to not use your resources in an efficient way. A lot of waste of energy going into not acknowledging, not appreciating being human. And number 7, I call role and priority confusion. Because when we're messing in other person's business and not doing what our role is, we're likely to just spoil energy. And one thing can be like in interaction or in teams. So I hear this from many rowers, but from masters rowers especially, it's like you always have someone in the boat who's like coaching all the others. As long as you haven't agreed on this, just check with yourself, am I coaching the others, and is this my role? If the answer is no, keep on going. If you want the boat and the team to be inefficient, keep coaching your team members, and you're pretty sure that you will not have the best outcome. And the other thing is priority. But priority means that if I just keep going, there might be a moment where I put second things first. An example for me is you're thinking about where you're at the catch, for example, because your catch is not timed as you would like it to be. And maybe you start focusing on your hands, or you start focusing on your blades. So your attention is at the point of the result and not at the point of the resource, which is your own coordination, your own movement. These are my 7 points. If you want to make some fun out of it, just go and do all of this in one day. Okay? Just for fun, go around, listen to nobody, think you're alone on the planet, and just exaggerate whatever is your favorite part of that. Just have fun with it. This is not taken to be too serious, okay? This is my list. Put other points, add other points. Turn the things around. So this is all, of course, negatively said on purpose. So if we have maybe like tightness, point 1, you could say, okay, what is the opposite? If I don't want the tightness, what is it that I want? Because very often we're just fixed on seeing the problem, and your opposite of tightness might be a different one to me, for example. So go through the list, have fun, exaggerate in your fantasies, and turn point for point, turn it around, or only those you like most, write to me or write to the group.